Okay. The next concept is distributed operating system. So what is this distributed operating system? So ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ನ ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, all the things are in the simultaneous world. Okay, that will be communicated with a single operating system called as network communication. That is what we call a distributed operating system. It is a collection of autonomous computer that are capable of communicating and cooperating via software and hardware interconnection. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಂಟಿಟಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೈಕ್ CPU, memory, or some things, and even those things will be that all the things will be merged and done a single networking. That networking is known as a distributed computer system. The multiple central processors are used by distributed system for several real-time applications and multiple user applications. So ಏನಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ distributed systems ನ? Distributed systems are mainly used to uh, to to make as a central hub. Okay, to make a central hub. Andre for example in company alla nodirbodu ella workers different systems kotirtare. Each and every system will be communicated with a single networking port. That is what we call as a distributed operating system. So a distributed operating system is a collection of an autonomous computer system that are capable of communicating and cooperation via software and hardware through a intercommunication. Like you have already seen a ATM, right? So ATM is a distributed operating system. Yaake the bank hodre there will be multiple things. If you go to a city like Mysore or a Bangalore, you can see a corporation bank ATM in multiple towns, right? But those corporation bank ATMs are been controlled by a single communication portal called as a portal in a corporation bank, right? There will be multiple ATMs. Each and every ATM has its own has its own what we say has its own things. Like it will have its own screens. It will have all the things, but all the things. Okay, but what happens there? Those things are being controlled by a network. That is what we call a distributed operating system. The process communication with each other through various communication lines like high-speed buses or telephone lines is known as loosely coupled system. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ CPU ಮೌಸ್ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಆಗಿದೆ? ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್. This is what we call a distributed system. The next is networking operating system. Andre idu enaagtande ella each and everything will be worked with the help of networking. Nowadays, if I need to give an example for operating system, network operating system, use your cloud network. Okay, what is this network operating system? A network operating system is a collection of software and associated protocol that allows autonomous computers to communicate via internet. Is known as network operating system. It is very convenient and cost effective manner. It is very convenient and cost effective manners. So why it is very convenient, cost effective? ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ things ನ purchase ಮಾಡೋದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. If you just pay the things like you use a Hotstar, but what you should do for Hotstar, you should give a subscription for 1 year or 1 month. So ಒಂದ್ಸಲ 1 year 1 month subscription ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ Hotstar ನೀವು ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? That is what we call a network operating system. So this type of operating system allows shared access of files, printers, security applications, and other network functions by a small private network. Who will control this by a private networking company? They control these things. Like if I say Amazon, whatever things you do, your Amazon work will be stored in a platform called as Amazon AWS. Amazon things will take, or it will be stored in a fashion called as Amazon AWS. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ AWS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೇಟಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇನು private website of Amazon where you are going to store this data. That is what we call network operating system. Here what happens here is this is very helpful in upgradation upgradation of a new technologies and hardwares. We can easily integrate the new technology hardware in a network operating system. ಯಾಕೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಫೈಲ್ ಸರ್ವರ್ಗೆ ಆರ್ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ವರ್ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, several access are possible remotely from different location at and types of the system. ಯಾವುದೇ ತರಹದ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, or anywhere it may be, those from there we can access that easily. That is what we call a network operating system, and these are the different types of operating systems which we are going to see in today's generation. So now the next concept is command user interface and graphical user interface. First, let us see what is this command user interface. Okay, so user here, what I started, I have showed you a picture of the command user interface. Like this is what we call a command user interface. Okay, what is this? Here, a command user interface allows the user to interact with the computer through a text terminal. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಏನೇನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕೋ, ಏನೇನ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ, ಬೈ ಅ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ಸ್, ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ಸ್. This is what we call a text terminals. Whatever you think you can provide, whatever you can give, that can be accessed through directly through a ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಯೂಸರ್ interface. We call that as a command user interface. Okay, the next, what is this? Here MS-DOS is an operating system which provides a CUI, command user interface, or character user interface. It is also called a command user interface or a character user interface. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, we have a operating system called MS-DOS, DOS operating system or DES operating system. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವರ್ಕ್ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, based using a command system. Okay, by using a command system. Okay, the command user interface uses the command prompt to work on a system. Okay, since both input and output are in the characters, here both input and output are in the character. For this reason, this is called as a character user interface too. Hence, here you doesn't find any graphics. Here what happens here is, you can see out here, you doesn't find any graphics. What happens here? Here completely you get a black screen. Based on the commands, you are going to work for a different data. Based on the commands, you are going to work on a different data. Each input and output is given in a text line. Hence, it is called as a text character. Hence, it is called as a text characters. Here, the user must remember the commands for and their parameters. ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಏನೇ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. if we are not able to watch this, or ನಮಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯೋಚನೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, we cannot work on a command user interface. Okay, hence, to overcome some limitations of MS-DOS, the user must remember what is the main drawback of this. Here, the main drawback of this is there is no characters used, or mouse operations are used. Why mouse operations are they not used? Because it is used in a command operations, and there is no utilization of the mouse operations. Okay, for this reason, they came with one more variable, but one more things. Okay, but what is this here? The command user interface is very faster, because now commands type ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ output ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ. For this reason, it is very faster. But the disadvantage of the command user interface is, we should always remember our command, whatever we have given to the system. For this reason, to overcome this drawback of this command user interface, they came with a concept called as graphical user interface. So what is this graphical user interface? This was introduced in 1984 by a Apple company. By Apple company, they introduced a graphical user interface called as Apple Macisto. The graphical user interface where as same as a command user interface. Okay, it is same as a command user interface. But what happens here is the user, if he need to work on a system, he must click on a mouse, use the mouse, click on icons or menus or dialog box, etc. to interact with the system. Okay, interact with the system. It allows the user to click on a required icon. It allows the user to click on a required icon with the help of help handle with the help of mouse. Okay, the Windows operating system is one of the most popular GUI based software. Windows operating system is the most popular GUI based operating system. Here, what happens here is, here the main advantage of this GUI is you does not require to remember each and every commands whichever you are going to use. It is not required to utilize each and every command in your system. Okay. The next is the mouse operation is required for selecting the commands. This is what we call a CUI and GUI. This is command user interface. Ella data ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ work ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, we are going to work on a command data based on a command prompt or a compilers. Okay, that is what we call a command user interface. So this is for today. So now let us discuss some of different types of operating system. Okay, the first type of operating system is DOS. It is known as disk operating. It is known as disk operating system. So what is this mainly? A DOS is a single user operating system that were developed by Bill Gates in 1980. This was developed by Bill Gates in 1980. So what is this main thing here is each and everything things are given by command line itself. Each and everything is given by command line only. What happens here is each and everything is been given by command line only. Okay. Here, what happens here is the file, we have different kinds of features in DOS operating system. One is file management feature to create a file, delete a file, to create a file, to delete a file, to do different kinds of things. We have a feature in this. To directory management, such as creation and changes of directories also we can do over here. Memory management also we can do over here. This is mainly a command interpreter for execution of each and everything. We require command interpreters and many more things over here. And also we have certain data wherever we are going to create things. That is what a DOS operating system. Mainly this DOS operating deals with a command line. Command line operating system. Command line operating system. Okay. Okay, so this is what we call a command line operating system. Okay, what is this command line operating system? Mainly we deal with the computer based line. Mainly we deal with the computer based lines. Okay, the next type of operating system is Unix. Unix operating system. Unix operating system. So a Unix operating system was developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1985 with the help of Sun Microsystem. Okay, what is the main features of this? Here we have a hierarchical hierarchical file organization. Hierarchical file organization, and here this is very portable for processing. Portable for processing. Okay, the next is this has multi-user and multitasking processes. Here Unix is one of the command line portal itself. Command line portal only, but we also can work in graphical level 2. Graphical level 2. This is what we call a Unix portal. Here, this is always the data, whatever you are going to give in a Unix will always be machine independent, and it is one of the excellent tool to build all the utilities which are being given to your system in a fashion. Okay. The next one is Linux. Linux OS. So what is Linux OS then? Well, Linux is the initial developed by a French university by a student by the students. Okay, one of the open source operating system. So what is this open source operating system means? Here the day whatever things you give, it will be in a free of cost, which means that your Linux will be freely available. Okay, it is freely available for any kinds of things. The what is the main features out there? The facilities to this is mainly a kernel operating system. This is mainly a kernel operating system which provides access to software and hardware. So mainly whatever the things we are going here as if the operating system works on a processor. Here the processor is kernel. Here the processing thing is called as kernel, Linux based kernel operating system. Okay, here the open source development for operating system. This is the machine dependent operating system. Here we provide with the multiple users and multitasking operating system too. Here the operating system will be very compatible and portable. So very compatible any work can be done. Also it's called it is called as portable because the program which we work will be run in any system. Run in any system. For this reason, this is known as very portable system. This is what a Linux operating system. Linux is the open source software which is freely available in a market for any kinds of things for your work. Okay. The next one is Solaris operating system. This is also one of the open source software system, but it is very advanced than a Linux or Unix operating system. This operating system was built in free Unix based operating system introduced by Sun Microsystem in 1992. What are the main advantages of this? The advancement networking capability supports wireless and high speed networks too. So till Linux, you could not connect to a network properly. Okay, but by using the Solaris, we can easily connect to network and do multiple amount of things in our system. Next is in our system, the facility zone security. Here, what happens here is this facilitates the security for the usage. Next, user interface for internet browsing, media playing, and office tools are available in this. Many different kinds of applications are available in this, and also managing hardware usage of a particular application also is done using a Solaris system. The next type of operating system is Windows 7. So this is very familiar operating system in today's era, which was developed in 2007. For this reason, the name is given as Windows 7, Windows 2007, the most recent client version of Windows operating system, or this operating system is developed by Microsoft. The latest is Windows 10. Okay. Here, what are the features of this then? We can redesign our taskbar, and multi-touching supports are done. Better searching facilities for our files and documents are given in Windows 7 itself. We can share multiple files. We have automatic disk defragmentation. It is designed for two types of which one is 32-bit and 64-bit software. 32-bit and 64-bit software. We also have its own internet browser also. Okay, so this supports a better multimedia, and it gives a better security also, and supports for multi-programming concepts. Also. The next one is Windows 8. Was developed in 2012. Okay, but this was not successful. Like Windows 7. Okay, this was done mainly for phone. Have heard about Nokia Lumia 8 or 9 something. For that and all, the Windows 8 was done. Okay, the better interface aimed for the tablet, computers, and touchscreen devices. This provides a safe and security concept. Also, the online service and functionalities are being provided by this computer. The Windows software, we have one more thing, one more concept called as Windows software application. One more software which was utilized in Windows 8 was Windows software application. Same as your Play Stores also. So the secure boot which prevents the usage of the bootkit for loading multiple operating system. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ by using at the time of Windows 8 ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ it gave the concept of utilizing multiple utilities with the help of Windows operating system at the time of Windows 8. Okay, these were okay, these were the operating system for desktop and laptops. Desktops and laptops. So the last one is mobile operating system. The last final one is mobile operating system. As you all know about the mobile operating system, we have different kinds of things like Android. Nowadays we are going to use Android 9. Okay, what is this Android then? The Android is a Linux-based operating system for mobile phones. Android was developed by Google and it is one of the Open Handset Alliance. It is signed a Open Handset Alliance condition. It has a hardware software for telecommunication was released by the company. Here, this Android is owned by Google. Android is owned by Google. Okay, what is this? This was a mobile operating system for your multiple usage. Nowadays, we are going to use the Android 9 called as Pie as our operating system for entire utilization. Okay, the next one is Symbian. Okay, the next operating system is Symbian. Symbian is a Java-based system. Symbian is a Java-based operating system. Here, what happens here is this was utilized in the oldest version of phone. Okay, this supports 2G and 3G concept. 2G and 3G concept for a best advantages for mobile. And last operating system is Windows Phone 8. Windows Phone 8. So this was a Windows-based operating system which was developed by Microsoft and owned by Nokia. Okay, owned by Nokia. What was this? This was same as PC operating system. Same as a PC operating system for multiple. Windows Phone 8 was a mobile operating system developed by Microsoft, and the successor to it was Windows Mobile Platform. Although it was incompatible with the Windows phones, the Microsoft provided them for a smartphone world also. This operating system was provided for smartphone world also. This is what for today's concept. Okay, here your concept ends.